when I first started, I actually did not know anyone that traded Forex in person. Actually, I had a 6-month period of time where the only people I knew were the people on these webinars, the people in these group chats. That's the only people I knew that traded. A lot of people would use that as an excuse. And a lot of people have people in their city already willing to help them. And that's a blessing. And I don't think you guys understand how much of a blessing and an opportunity that is to already have in some of these cities. Like if you're new and you just joined, you're in LA, you're in Albuquerque, you're in Houston, even in Denver, you guys have people already seeing results that you can plug into. You can literally call them on the phone. You can meet up with them at Starbucks. You can go to their house in most of these cases. So use the resources that you have. But a little bit about myself. For those of you that do not know me, I'm 22 years old. I'm from a very small town in Illinois, Sidell, 600 people in the town. Now Gustavo has 600 people on his team, right? So just understand how small my town was where I grew up, and that how small my mind was when I came into this, just because of the people that I was around. And I really want to go over today how I was able to shatter my limiting beliefs, how I was able to reprogram my subconscious mind, because today we're going to go over the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. I want you guys to understand how this works. And a lot of people are not aware that their thoughts are literally creating their reality, because thoughts become things. So what I want you to understand about the conscious mind is it is basically your creative mind. So anything that you think of that you're consciously aware of. So say, for example, maybe you're taking a test in school and you have to think, you physically think and be aware of your thoughts. When you're aware of your thoughts, that's your conscious mind. And that's only about 5% of your day. And your subconscious mind is what happens 95% of your day. And what your subconscious mind is, basically, its job is to create the reality of what you think about the most of the time when you're conscious. So literally, it works like this. Your conscious mind is the programmer, and the subconscious mind is what gets programmed. And 95% of your day is just a programming that you programmed yourself to. So that's why it's really important that you guys understand these 3 things right here. There's 3 things that create your reality. Let's see. It's kind of small, actually. There are 3 things that create your reality, and those 3 things that create your reality. They are your thoughts, they are your words, and they are your actions, okay? So your thoughts create your reality, and what do we mean by that? A lot of people, they fail to believe in themselves. They have worry or they have fear, and that is why they do not accomplish anything. I can tell you this right now, every single person that has made $1 million and $1 billion, they knew that they were going to make that before they made that. Anyone that's ever created a business that's been successful, they knew it was going to work before. How did they know? Was it they got lucky? No, it's, guys, your thoughts create your reality. If you think you can or if you think you can't, you're both right. You're right both the time. So wouldn't it make sense to always think you can? Because the only thing that's stopping you is your own limiting beliefs. And I can tell you this, growing up in a small town, the only thing that I knew was what was right around me. The things that were right around me, those were the people that I grew up with, the school I went to, even at like sporting events and whatnot. I was really big on sports back in the day. And the only thing I knew was what was right in front of me. Those were my thoughts. So what else? Words. Your words create your reality, because the thing is, a lot of people, they limit their own success because their I ams are wrong. They have the wrong I ams. They start, when they go to complain about something to someone, they say, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, I'm such an impulsive person. I'm so impatient. They're saying these things, but those words that they're thinking are creating the reality, because you got to understand how this works. No matter what's happening to you right now or what's happened to you in the past, it's irrelevant. The only thing that exists is the next moment. This moment right now and the next moment. So what happened to you in the past, whether you were impatient in the past, whether you didn't believe in yourself in the past, it doesn't matter, because the only thing that exists is right now. And right now, if the only thing you can think about is how you are patient and disciplined, then you're going to become patient and disciplined. But if you're always talking about how you're impatient, impulsive, if you're saying that out loud, it's going to create more of that same reality. And that is why the people that make these 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, the reason why they keep doing that and the reason why they're rich get richer is because they're always thinking positive thoughts, thinking in the direction of where they need to go. So your actions, because the thing is, guys, I talk big about manifesting, but you understand, manifestation only works if you work. You can't just speak and think and expect things to happen out of thin air, because you actually have to make things happen. And the way I like to do this, please do not write on the screen. Thank you very much. The way your actions create your realities, because the thing is, the universe is listening to you. God is listening to you. Whatever you believe in, it knows. The divine, it knows your thoughts. He knows your words. Whatever it is that you want to believe in, understand that your thoughts and words are out there in this field of energy. But your thoughts and words is what's going to give you the opportunities to take those actions. So once you have the right thoughts and the right words, you're going to be attracting the right things. But you still have to do something about it to get the results that you want. You can't just attract, like, for example, one of my affirmations is, I'm attracting future millionaires. I'm attracting future millionaires. So if I'm attracting them and I don't end up actually talking to them, then what was the point of me even manifesting? It doesn't make any sense. So you guys have to take the necessary actions once you have the positive thoughts, the positive words, because you're going to create your reality by your thoughts and words and your actions. So what I want you guys to understand is now everything is a programming. So like I was showing you before, everything is a programming. 95% of your day is ran by your subconscious mind. So what are some things that can program your mind, that maybe some things that can hold you back? Here's a couple examples. TV, video games, negative people. And thing is, watching TV and playing video games from time to time is okay. But understand, the way your subconscious mind works, its job is to create the reality that you think about. So whatever you think about the most, if you're watching 4 hours of TV a day and only 1 hour of IML TV a day, there's a problem there, because the majority of your time is spent watching TV instead of IML TV. So your subconscious programming is going to be whatever you did most of the time. So that is why you have to cut out the things that do not serve you, so you can make room for things that actually do serve you. So if you're in a situation, which a lot of people are, that the people around them are negative and they can't necessarily leave that situation. So say like you're still young and you can't afford to live on your own yet. So you're with maybe your parents who are negative. Maybe you're staying with a friend that's negative. Maybe you go to school, your friends are negative. Guys, if your friends are negative to you and they don't inspire you and they don't encourage you, those are not your friends. You need to get new friends. And I can tell you from my experience, I was in that situation. My friends weren't necessarily negative, but they were not encouraging me or inspiring me in any way, shape, or form. So I had a period of 6 to 9 months where I didn't have any friends. I sacrificed who I used to be so that I could become who I need to be. And the way I did that was separating myself so that I could elevate. I had to separate from all the negativity, all the distractions. I had to get rid of that. I didn't have time for it. If I'm going to hit chairman, which I kept writing it down, if I'm going to hit chairman, I got to get rid of the distractions. I can't be hanging around people that are not trying to hit chairman. I can't be hanging around people that are going to the bar just to drink and then eat some wings or whatever people do. I don't know, wasting time, because you have limited time on this earth. Your time is very valuable. That's why you'll see in certain situations, if I'm even talking to my mom or my dad, if we're having a conversation and it's not going anywhere, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to end the conversation, because your time is very valuable. So everything is a programming. Understand that the people around you, their thoughts, if their words that they're saying are happening more than your personal development, you're going to be thinking their thoughts. If your family is saying this is a scam, you'll never be able to do this, I don't know, it's too risky. If you're hearing that more than you're hearing encouraging and positive thoughts, that's what you're going to think, because your subconscious mind is just a programming that's being recorded, and its job is to replay whatever you think about the most. So I hope that part makes sense to you. But understand, this next thing I want to go over is called belief systems. So when I joined, I always was an optimistic thinker. I always would think optimistically. That's probably why I got this opportunity, is because I was always thinking open-mindedly. But still understand that thinking that you might be able to do something, you may be able to do something, it's not the same as knowing that you already are that. So for example, in January, so that would have been 8 months ago, I had written down 3 things as my goals. This is before I even really knew how to set goals. And I said, I am a 6-figure trader. I am a Platinum 5000. And I said, I am retiring 20 people this year. I wrote that down on January 1st. And I'm blessed to say by May 1st of this year, I had all 3 of those done. So the thing is, my belief system at that time, although the manifestation came true, my beliefs were still a little bit too small because I underestimated what I can do. People underestimate what they can do because they think based on what they've already done to project what they might be able to do in the future. But you got to understand, like I said before, the only thing that exists is right now, this present moment, whatever you decide to do. It does not matter if in the past you know that maybe you weren't committed to following through with whatever you're trying to accomplish, so you didn't quite get there. You can't use that as an estimate to where you're going to shoot for. You got to shoot for the moon. Like, it doesn't matter if you never even signed up a single person. You got to say you're hitting chairman tomorrow. Like, you don't have to go to that extent, but understand, don't limit yourself, because whatever you say, when the universe hears you make a concrete decision, the things start to happen. People start coming your way. Opportunities start coming your way. And that's why a lot of us found this. I bet you the majority of people on this call, before they heard about IML or Forex, they were looking for an opportunity. They wanted a way to make money. They wanted a way to get out of their job. They wanted a reason to go to college. They wanted to get rid of whatever situation they're in. And just the fact that they were thinking that, and like maybe some of you even went to the extent of saying that, that's what made it present itself to you. And now that you guys took the action, now you're on this call. Thoughts, words, and actions create your reality. Your belief systems, understand, to change your belief systems, you have to say it, and you have to think it, and you have to take the actions. It's so simple. Like, when it comes to manifesting, I want you guys to understand that you need to write out your goals like this. Because a lot of you know this. A lot of us know this. We've been told this, but we don't do it. Because when I joined, I knew that I was supposed to write goals like this. I'm so happy and grateful now that I knew I was supposed to write goals like that, but I didn't do it until like maybe February or March is the first time I started doing it in that format and actually consistently writing it over and over. You really need to write your goals like this. And you guys can go step by step. You can go to the extent of saying, I'm going to be chairman next month. Or if you guys want to break it down, say like this. Say you just joined this business and your goal is to make money trading. Your goal is to hit one of the beginning ranks. You have to write that down in this format. So let's just say, for example, your first month, let's just say this, 30 days, or let's just say by September 1st or on September 1st. So if you guys aren't familiar with how to write goals, this is how you need to write your goals. You need to write down exactly that you're happy and grateful now that, and then what it is, the goal, and then when is it going to be done. Because the thing is, when people make goals without a date, there's no sense of urgency. If you just say, well, yeah, my goal is to hit chairman, I'll hit it. My goal is to hit chairman. But the thing is, if you don't put the urgency on it, you're not going to put in what you need to put in. Because when you're manifesting, when you're writing down, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm chairman 10 on September 1st, 2019. When you're writing that down 100 times a day, remember what I said before. Your subconscious mind plays 95% of your day, and its job is to replay what you programmed it to do. So if your most dominant thought is the fact that you're so happy and grateful now that you're going to be a chairman 10, if that's your most dominant thought, it's your subconscious mind's job to create that reality. Therefore, everything is an energy field. Like, if you guys have seen The Divine Matrix by Greg Braden, if not, I recommend you watch it, because understand that your thoughts and your words, they get sent out to this field of energy, and that's when the things start coming your way. Like, I have on the back of my phone, you can probably barely see it, but I am at the right place at the right time. The right people are coming my way. I am a divine magnet for my I ams. Be aware of your I ams and be aware of your goal. You guys need to focus on, instead of writing 100 goals, have 1 or 2 that you say 50 times a day, 100 times a day. Either write them, think them, say them. It has to be your most dominant thought. That's what's most important. Make it your dominant thought. Because even, let's see, because back in March, that that was the first time that I actually started writing down. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm Chairman 10 on July 1st. That's what I wrote down. In March, there was about 40 people on my team. And that was the first time I started writing out the I am so happy and grateful now that. And the reason why I did that was because during the event in Vegas, they had announced that the convention was going to be I am convention. And then like I was already thinking about writing I ams. And then I just took that as a sign. And I just took that and I ran with it. And I just started writing down, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm Chairman 10 on July 1st, 2019. And the thing is, when you're writing these goals and manifesting, don't be so attached to the date, because I didn't hit the goal. But the thing is, my business 10x'd in the next 3 months just because I was shooting for the moon. I didn't even believe it at the time. But just the fact that I kept saying it, opportunities started coming my way. I started to be at the right place at the right time. The person that I needed to talk to was right there in front of me. Like, things like that. I'll just put myself out into because I always had the thoughts and the words, right? But if I'm thinking and I'm saying that I'm a chairman, but then if I don't do what chairman do, it's not going to happen. So you guys are here at the right place at the right time with the right people. Whoever has the results that you want, you probably have access to them, either through their phone or a message. Guys, it's literally a matter of time between you and your goal. You literally have the resources you need. This system has worked for other people. It has worked for me. It has worked for countless people on this call. All you have to do is plug in and stay consistent over a period of time. Make sure you're thinking the right thoughts. What I also want to share with you is some things that really help me program my subconscious mind. So some simple things you can do. Personal development, so important. If you don't know what that is, basically people that inspire you, people that have results that you want, people that have done something for themselves, something that's going to give you education, inspiration, or motivation. Any type of those, that's what you want to watch, whether it's on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. I like to do YouTube just because it's more diverse. There's a lot more things on there, personal development. But there's a couple habits that you can use to help reprogram yourself. So I would say when it comes to programming your subconscious mind, you're 30 minutes before you go to sleep and the 30 minutes when you wake up are the most important. 30 minutes after you wake up, right? Those two are the most important times. And what you want to do in that period of time, that's when basically I'm still learning about the different brain waves, but some of you may already know this. But when you're transitioning into sleep, and when you're transitioning out of sleep, that's when your brain is more susceptible to whatever it's hearing. So whatever is going on around you in the first few minutes that you wake up, your brain is like a sponge because it's like a fresh start. Because you guys ever notice like you have a bad day and then you just sleep on it and then you wake up and it's like a fresh start? That's because you've shifted states of consciousness over and over. And then once you wake up, it's like a baby. Like the first thing they hear that's going to program them heavily. So whatever, maybe you call it theta waves, or I'm not 100% sure. But either way, when you first wake up, don't start into a conversation. Don't eat food as soon as you wake up. Don't start talking to someone. Make sure you're actually programming to whatever you need to think. So the first thing that I write down is I do my affirmations. As soon as I wake up, do my affirmations. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'll just put on some personal development in the background. Because the thing is, with personal development, you don't have to be sitting there taking notes. The whole point of it is to reprogram your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is still awake and hearing things, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So that's why I just put it on in the background and then just go about my day. And it's really going to reprogram the way you think. So the first 30 minutes before you go to sleep, let's just say, I'll just give you maybe a night routine and a morning routine, something that I do or I've done before. So a night routine, maybe this is just an example, read 10 pages of PD and then play some type of frequency as you fall asleep. You can either play that on while you sleep or play affirmations during your sleep, okay? During sleeping. So not only like right before you sleep, but like while you're falling asleep. One or the other. I usually I don't do this every night, but when you're still in the stage of reprogramming the way you think, this is going to be very helpful for you. Very helpful for you. And the thing is about reprogramming, if you guys think negative thoughts right now, the thing is you cannot attach yourself to your negative thoughts, and you can't be mad at yourself for thinking a negative thought, because it happens. You just got to understand that your thought is nothing but a thought. And if you give it more power, then it will become more powerful. That's why negative thoughts will be like, oh yeah, I'm thinking negative right now. Oh well. And then, move on. The thing is, people attach themselves to emotion, an emotional reaction they had to something in their past. And then now their subconscious mind, it comes into play. You guys understand this right now. Whatever happened to you a few years ago, it could even been early when you, maybe even as a kid, for example, and something happened to you, you had an emotional reaction to it. Because as a kid, you react however your parents react to certain things. That's just how it works. So that was your default programming. And now, at this point in your life, a lot of things we do, we react subconsciously without thinking. We're not consciously aware of our reactions all the time. So something that can help you with that is when something happens to you that would normally set you off, use your conscious mind. Turn off your subconscious. You can't turn off your subconscious mind, but use your conscious mind, be aware of the situation, and understand that your reaction to it that's emotional and maybe not the best reaction, that's something that was programmed to you a long time ago, and you're still reacting the same way to it. But you don't have to, is the thing. The way to reprogram your subconscious mind is by consciously changing your habits and your reactions to things. So, but more importantly, I would say the way you start your day is probably the most important, but your day starts the night before. So write down the things you need to do the next day before next day starts. First thing in the morning, number 1 would be affirmations. And remember, like I said, I am so happy and grateful now that, and guys, if thing is like this, if you are not happy right now, say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm happy and grateful. I am so happy. I am so happy. Saying those over and over, remember, whatever you're saying the most or thinking the most is going to be your program, your default state of mind. So say it over and over and over, and you're going to change the way you think. And this is important when it comes to trading, because most people that come into trading don't have the right mindset yet. And that's why they're not seeing the results. It's not because we're not sending out trades that win, because we are. And you know that. And you know that the apps are calling out trades that win. You have access to IMO TV, IMO Academy. Everything that I use, everything that Gustavo used, everything that Ray used, you guys have access to the same exact things. And if we are seeing results, then you're going to see results too. You just have to do the same things that we're doing. It's not there's a process and there's a system. It's in place. You just have to follow it. But the thing is, where people go wrong is they try to do their own thing. They try to just reinvent the wheel. They try to like, oh, I'm gonna go live my first day, and they do stuff like that. But don't do that, okay? And while we're still on this call, I also want to add to this. When I first started, I didn't really believe in myself when it came to like building the business. I always thought I could be a good trader. I always thought that, but I didn't like to talk on the phone. I didn't like to go out in public. I didn't like to see anyone or talk to anyone that I had not met. If there was someone that I hadn't met, there was no way I would meet them, because I was so shy. When in high school and college, guys, I was the person that would stay inside versus go out. But that didn't stop me from building a team. Like, I'm not even a person that's that outgoing to actually talk to people I don't know. And I was still able to hit Platinum 5000 in a year and a half. And I'm not even that person. I'm shy. I still am. But it was belief system. I started to believe that I was already a chairman, and then I just started subconsciously doing what I needed to do. It's not because I just randomly, it's not like I just randomly did something. Like, I literally reprogrammed the way I thought about myself. And that's why I'm seeing results, because I started to believe it before it happened. Because anything, for it to exist in the physical, it has to first exist into the spiritual or the mental state. So understand this. Everything that you know right now, everything that has ever been created or invented, if at one point in time it did not exist, that means someone had to create it out of their own mind. Therefore, using that same concept, you can literally create anything from your own mind and belief alone. So that is how I've been able to build this business when I didn't even believe in myself, or I was too scared to call anyone. But the thing is, I was like, okay, my fear is right here, but what am I, like, why am I letting that get in the way? It doesn't really exist. Because something that I really learned through personal development is Will Smith was always saying, he said, God puts the greatest things in life on the other side of fear. Because people are limiting themselves and limiting what they can do just by not believing in themselves, just by letting their fear get the best of them. Guys, your fear is false evidence appearing real. It doesn't exist. It's just a thought. It's just a programming. Get rid of that programming. If you know that, say, for example, you're going to hit chairman, you're determined to hit chairman, right? So right now you're in the beginning stages. Maybe you don't have results yet. What you have to do is think of yourself and feel as if you already are a chairman. Therefore, you won't have any problem talking to anyone about this business. Because remember, if you're already a chairman and made 6 figures, you're not going to worry about talking to some random dude because you're already a chairman. So, you know, you have what they need at that point. People are a direct reflection of you. So what does that mean? Guys, understand this right now. Write this down. You are what you think people think you are. You are who you think people think you are. And once I understood that, that's when it really clicked with me. I was like, people think of me this way because I think they do. And I was just like, whoa, like it really like blew my mind just understanding that. So just think of yourself as whatever you need. Think of yourselves as a 7-figure trader. That's what I'm really obsessed with right now. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a 7-figure trader on December 1st, 2019. Having that is like when you say that and do that, things start coming to you. Like there'll be times where I'll check my phone and it just happens to be right where I wanted it, right at the entry point. Like things like that happen when you're manifesting full on. And when you're manifesting becoming chairman, people are just going to appear right in front of you. And it's just going to be like, whoa, like I need to talk to this person. And it's very obvious. You guys, another thing that can help you with building this business, becoming a better trader, things like that, understand you have to give yourself internal pressure. You can't, as becoming a part of this business, you don't have a boss. So you need to be your own boss. And the way you do that is to give yourself a to-do list, a checklist, and you have to complete it. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to be my own boss, and then you just sit and play video games all day and then copy trades, because that's what I did at the beginning. And I didn't get any results from that. I was just going about my day and then just saying, oh, I'm my own boss. I have some free time. No, guys, like if you're going to be your own boss, you literally need to be your own boss. You need to give yourself a to-do list, a checklist. You need to complete the things you need to do. And the only way you're going to know what you need to do is by knowing what your goal is. Because without a goal, you have no direction. Without a goal, there's no vision. It's the only thing you see is right in front of you. That's sight. You guys need to have vision, not sight. Sight is what you can see right now. Vision is what you're going to create by what you're thinking. So understand this. If you don't believe in yourself or you don't believe you can hit this next thing, that's the reality you're going to create. Because right now, the only thing that exists is what you're thinking and saying and doing right now. It does not matter if the last week you avoided getting on the phone with people. Now you're like, oh, well, now I probably can't do it. Because I did that. Guys, I had times where a week or two where I didn't call anyone because I didn't have the belief in myself, and I just didn't have the confidence to pick up the phone. That's happened to me before. So I'm sure that's happened to you guys. But you just got to understand, you got to give yourself internal pressure, and you just got to ignore the fear. Just let it be there and then just go right through it, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't really exist unless you make it exist. Something that Godsey said, a video I was watching today, is kind of ironic that he said the 3 things that led to his success were lie, cheat, and steal, but it's not what you think. The funny thing, he said lie. When it comes to lying, you need to lie to yourself about already being successful. Like I was just saying earlier, you need to lie to yourself. If you are a P150, but your goal is to chairman, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman 10 on whatever date that you choose. Like there was this one guy, for example, he's on, I believe he was on Bryce's team, that he said as soon as he joined the business, he changed his name to Chairman Dan. So like that's an example. That's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't a chairman the day he joined, but he was, because he knew he was, and he declared that he was, and he stuck with that. So lie to yourself about being successful. You need to give yourself internal pressure. It's crazy, it's corny, but guys, you got it. It works. So you got to do it. cheat. And the way he said cheat, I believe, let me see. Don't let the little things cheat you out of the big things. Like, that's what I understood. For a good percentage of my life, I was very addicted, you could say, to video games. I was addicted to playing sports. That's all I did. But the thing is, those things were fun. They were hobbies. That's what I like to do. But I couldn't let that get in the way of my success with this, because this is a way to make money without any cap on your income. This is a way to actually impact people, impact a lot of lives. Who would have thought that just some random people maybe are able to impact others? Like, most of us that are doing this, we didn't really impact anyone before. And then just the fact that we came in here, we can share this with a couple people, they share it with a couple people, and then now the next thing you know, you're able to impact hundreds of people and soon thousands. That's a really powerful thing to understand. So don't let the little things cheat you out of the big things. Don't let the fact that you had work today cheat you out of that you need to keep studying, and let the compound effect of your studying come in. Don't let the little things like I like to use this example a lot. Like, maybe you're in traffic, maybe like even like a small example, like you're in a restaurant and the waiter gets your order wrong. How are you going to react to that? Are you going to be mad? Are you going to be upset? Are you going to not tip them? Like, you still need to give out what you want to get back. I don't care if my server, I don't care if she messed up my order. I don't care if she spit on my food. Like, I'm going to tip her 777 because I'm sending her health, wealth, prosperity, and blessings. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the circumstances are. You have to give out what you want to get back. Integrity is really important. And then steal things from people that are already successful, people that are already having the results that you want. You just need to start taking things from them and make it your own. Create what you've seen. Don't copy it exactly, but take what you need from it. And that's really a lot of things that I do right now. I literally learn directly from Gustavo or Ray, like directly. I'm not just making stuff up. Like, I'm just kind of doing what I learned and then reteaching it. That's literally what this business is. You don't have to be the best presenter. You don't have to be the best trader. You literally just invite and edify. Like, if you don't even like to talk to anyone, all you have to do is invite them to a call and edify someone that knows how to talk and wants to talk to someone. What's it called? And another thing is, for those of you guys that make excuses, just understand that I just want to give a shout out to my boy Damo30, because when he first started this business, I don't know if you guys know, but he basically had a job. He had a full-time job, and some things happened. He wasn't working that job anymore, so he had a period of time where it was him and the charts and his family, and that's all he had. He ended up getting another job, but just understand, like, he did not use that as an excuse. Oh, I don't have the money to sign up. I don't have the money to resubscribe. I don't have enough time. I got to take care of my kids. No, like, he literally got back from a 12-hour day at work, and he would literally get right on the charts and get right on the calls, because he understood the long-term vision. You have to sacrifice what you love right now, or soon what you love will become the sacrifice. Does that make sense? If you don't sacrifice spending time with your family right now, soon, later on, you're never going to get to spend time with them. This right now, a lot of people will use this excuse. They'll say, I don't have time to hop on IML TV. I don't really have time to get on these webinars. I don't have time. But the thing is, once you let the compound effect work for you in your favor, this is the thing that's going to give you all that time in the world. This is the thing that's going to give you all of that time. People that don't have the money, this is what's going to help you make more money. Like, it's such a simple, don't make your reason why your reason why not. So with that being said, that's all I have to go over today about the subconscious mind, how to retrain it. I appreciate everyone for hopping on. Gustavo's about to hop on this call. Make sure you guys are thinking the right thoughts, saying the right words, and taking the actions necessary. Appreciate everyone. Peace and blessings to you. Much love.